Hello dear students. In previous lecture we discussed about the different type of samples and primarily the different type of sampling methods. In which way we can take the samples? There are different methods for taking the sample, and that are the methods of samplings. In that we learnt about random sampling, non-random sampling, and lot of stuff in between also. It is also having some certain subtypes. So that we learnt in previous lecture. Today we are going to start a third topic, that is collection and representation of the data. So basically I told you earlier in earlier lectures that this statistics involves four different stages. Like first step is what? Collection of the data. Second is arrangement of the data. Third one is representation of data in the proper way. Fourth one is interpretation of the data. And fifth one is what? It is nothing but the inference or conclusion from whatever the analysis you did. You have to conclude it, you have to infer from that analysis. So first step while doing any type of biological experiment is the collection of the data and its proper representation. So this collection of data and this representation of the data that is having different type of facets or different type of topics that we will study. Okay, so first thing here we will study which is very important thing, and that thing is nothing but the classification. It is very important aspect in the statistics. Classification is very important aspect in the statistics. Why? So while doing an experiment, while doing a survey, you will going to collect a enormous quantity of the data. That huge quantity of data that you have collected needs to be arranged properly. So if you don't classify it properly, you will not get anything out of it. You have to arrange that collected data in a proper fashion, in a proper manner, so as to get something meaningful out of it. Therefore, classification is having utmost importance in the statistical analysis. Let us take an example of library. So in library, if we see the books are there in enormous quantity or huge quantity, thousands of books are there, but they are properly classified. For example, they are classified like subjects, like Marathi books are having at different places, English, biology is having different places. So anyone who wants a particular book will get it easily. What they want, they will get easily. Same thing is with the data. If we have collected a data which is very enormous in quantity, so that data needs to be classified properly. Otherwise, what will happen? You will not get what you want, because you will see heaps of the data and you will unable to conclude from that anything. You can't conclude. Okay. Now, if we see the definition of the classification, the process of arranging the data, the process of arranging the data into the sequences and groups according to their common characteristics. See, this word is important. Common characteristics, or separating them into different but related part. Okay. So what we do in classification? In classification we arrange the data. What we do? We arrange the data into what? Into certain groups. We arrange the data in the certain groups. But this arrangement in group is based on what criteria? It is based on a criteria of common characteristics of what? Of the common characteristics. Means we have to arrange what? We have to arrange the data into groups. We have to arrange data into groups according to their common characteristics, or separating them into different but related part. So that is the definition of what? That is the definition of classification. Then next topic that we will study is where is the pointer? Okay. Next topic that we will study is need for classification. Why there is a need to classify this thing. Why there is a need for the classification. So if we see what is the need, we will see here. So it is important for developing a statistical survey. So without classification, what statistical survey that we perform will not get any meaningful thing from that. Then second thing is what? It makes very easy to categorize all the data. Means classification helps to categorize the data. So that is the need of classification. The next point that we will see is the benefits of the classification. Which benefits that classification is having. So we will see the benefits of the classification. So we will go step by step. What are the benefits of the classification? So here we will see the benefits. Like first benefit is your data integration. First benefit is what? First benefit is data integration. Means the data is being compiled. First you do survey. In survey you collect a number of samples. If the population is very large, then obviously the sample size will be to the proportion to the in relation with the population. So if the population is very large, then sample size is always more. Okay. So that sample, that collected data from that sample will also need a data integration. That data needs to be placed at one particular one place. That is nothing but the data integration. Second is what? It improves the survey efficiency. It improves the survey efficiency. Means what? If you do it and if you properly classify it, then it will automatically improve your survey efficiency. Means the data that you have collected will efficiently be represented, efficiently if it is arranged, then obviously it will going to benefit in your results. Okay. So it improves the survey efficiency. Third thing is what? Meeting users requirement. Meeting users requirement means whatever whatever we want from that data that we got through the classification. Then data comparability. So if we properly classify the data, we can compare one data with the another. So that is data comparability. Then last one is efficient use of the resources. So resources can be efficiently used here. So that is the classification, need for classification and benefits of the classification. So we will see here what are the objectives of the classification. What are the objectives of the classification? We will see here objectives of the classification. What are the objectives? First objective is what? To simplify the complexity of raw data. To simplify the complexity of raw data. So first objective is that the data collected is obviously it is very huge, it is very large, and it is very complex. So the data collected, the information that you have collected, that needs to be simplified. That needs to be it has to be make understood to the peoples. Okay. So for that that data which is too much complex, that needs to be simplified. And how this is achieved? This is achieved through the classification. If we do classification properly, the data will be properly arranged in a particular way, and that will again affect the overall complexity, and it will be help to simplify that data. Second thing is what? To make the data attractive. To make the data attractive. So here the data that is collected, that is raw data, and if you collected on a paper in a random fashion, so if we classify it properly, if we arrange it properly, we will make that data very attractive and very user friendly also, so that we can easily understand what is given there. Okay, so that is one of the objective. Then to add a quick comparison, we can compare the different data sets if we properly classified it. Then the presentation in condensed form, that is what I want to say. So the data which is collected is very enormous in quantity, it is very large in number. So by doing classification, we condense that data irrespective of compromising its quality. We can condense data or its meaning, irrespective of compromising its meaning. We properly condense that data by properly classifying it, and in this fashion, through the classification, we are able to present it in a condensed form. Then to ensure the detection of the errors, the errors can be detected. The errors can be detected through the in the data. If you properly classify it, the errors will be easily seen there. Okay, to ensure the proper use of the data. Again, if we properly classify the data, we are able to use it properly. To eliminate the unnecessary details. So if we properly classify the data, whatever the information which is not required, that is automatically gets eliminated. So that is one of the objective of the classification. Then we'll stop here, and in next lecture we'll study the different terms in the classification. So I hope you have understood the primary part of the this chapter, that is the classification of data and its need and its benefits and its overall objective of the data. So we'll stop here and we will learn next topic in the next lecture. Thank you very much.